Welcome to another episode, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, and we're just in time for the 100-meter hurdles class 1 preliminaries. And remember, we're only having the semifinals and then straight to the finals. For the starters, we have Octavia Thompson out of St. Andrew High School. For girls, we have Shelly Ann Taylor out of Excelsior, Sante Wilson, Joyanne Russell, Alia Mullins, and Sharika Edwards. So the athletes are on the track and they're on their marks and just about ready to go. After this, we still have the boys to kick it off, but Sante Wilson definitely one of the heavy favorites. And the athletes are off. Remember, only 5 in this one. Quick out, we have one who's pulled up. Sante Wilson pulling away from the rest of the pack. Clean strides there as she leaves everyone in her dust and she powers through. Super impressive time. 13.25 is the flash that we have. It should definitely be lower than that. We can see the big, strong, powerful Sante Wilson. 13.23 is a confirmed time, and girls at 17 to 18 has been won by Sante Wilson. We have Sharika Edwards out of Oberlin High School, was the one who fell out a little bit earlier in this race as she slammed into the second hurdle, I believe, but she did not complete the race. No, sorry, that was Joyanne Russell. That was Joyanne Russell out of Immaculate. So for the final one, so heat number 3 of 3, the starters are as follows. We have Moesha Brown out of Manchester High School, Ayla Pessoa Rollins out of St. Andrew High, Kiara Meikle out of Homewood Technical, Brianna Davidson out of St. Jago High School, Dania Colstock out of Green Island High School down there in the west, and Brianna Sayers Cross out of Vere Technical. Again, we've seen some impressive athletes so far at the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships, and it continues to amaze. What I'll be doing now, I'll just be pulling up some of the deets here on the screen so you can follow along and you can see what's happening. All right, so on your screen there you can see as it relates to live standings. Still, we have Kingston College in the lead with 115.5 points. We have Calabar in second with 94. In third, Jamaica College with 64. And over on the girls' side, we have Heidel with 103 points, leading Homewood Technical in second with 91, and Edwin Allen in third with 85 points. Blessings, blessings. Shout out to the Germany Massive that's tuned in this evening. We see Michael, what is running now. We have the 100-meter hurdles for girls happening, and this is the preliminaries. Remember, we're only having the semi-final and then the finals. 100 meters for girls hurdles, that's what's on right now. So 17 and 18 class 1. So I hope you can follow on the screen below, as we'll keep you updated. And remember, this is the first of 2 live streams for this evening. Later on, we will be going live as the 400-meter hurdles final will take place as well. So stay tuned for that. I know, well, as a matter of fact, I don't have to tell you to stay tuned. I know you will be here. But the athletes they're at the blocks. They're almost ready to go as they await the announcer's call. Moesha Brown, as I indicated a little bit earlier, she's running out of lane number 2, representing Manchester High School. Ayla Rollins out of St. Andrew High School for girls runs out of lane 3. In lane number 4, Kiara Meikle, Homewood Technical. Brianna Davidson is in lane number 5, representing St. Jago High School. In lane number 6, we have Miss Colstock, representing Green Island High School, and Brianna Sayers Cross lining up for Vere Technical runs out of lane number 7. So the athletes are on their marks. I remember, folks, if you're new to Halftime TV, smash the like button as soon as you hop on. Turn the notification on and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Set. Ooh. Young lady from Green Island there. Is it Miss Costock? Looks to have gotten up a little bit earlier, but we'll see what the starters have to say here. Or was it a case that the starters told them to get up? Not sure as yet, but we're waiting the ruling. We saw a couple of red cards issued out a little bit earlier today. Abigail Wolf and Sabrina Dockery out of Lacovia, two of the top contenders at this year's girls champs in the 200 meters. Both of them received red cards for false starts, so hopefully it's not a red card here. So they're receiving additional instructions from the starting officials. They got some rain today, so some of the athletes are still a little bit cold. Trouble's staying warm here. Keep your eyes on that young lady in the middle, representing St. Jago, Brianna Davidson. So marks. Oop, seems to be another problem. Ooh. Looks like Costock from Green Island High School, but it could be. Looks like Costock from Green Island, but Meikle from Homewood was there as well. She looked as if she got up a little bit early. We'll see. Let's check over on the comment section. Question: you heard points that you have been taken back away from Kingston College? Yes. So for those who aren't aware, so there's a quota. You're not allowed to transfer in more than 2 athletes. And in short, so I won't go into the full details, but Kingston College broke that quota. The rule came into place in 2019, and as a result, the points that that athlete got for Kingston College, the points will be taken away, and the athlete will be prevented from taking further part at this year's championship. All right, so yeah, I don't think no further action. The athlete will be disqualified from the championship. The points that he got for the event that he participated in will be taken away, so the points will be docked, and I guess those athletes who actually came in second and third, etc., they will be granted the opportunity to move up one place. So if you came second, all of a sudden you're a gold medalist. So green card for all the athletes in this race. Some green card issued out there. Alright, so for the third time of asking, the athletes are on their marks. And they're off. Meikle from Homewood Technical looking impressive, being chased by St. Jago. Meikle seems to have this one in the bag. So it's it's Homewood first, St. Jago second, Green Island High School in the form of Costock third. Remember, this is class 1 preliminary. So Kiara Meikle out of Homewood Technical wins it with 13.38 seconds. Impressive run from her, I might add. Alright, so we just saw Mikkel secure a first place finish in the 100 meter hurdles for girls. She's representing Homewood. And now we're going to move on to the boys 100 meter hurdles, and it will start at class 3, which is age group 10 to 13. So as it relates to those who will be moving into the final, the names are as follows. We have Sante Wilson out of Edwin Allen qualifying with the fastest time, 13.23. We have Jodian Daly with 13.30. Kiara Meikle out of Homewood Technical, which we just saw, she's progressing with 13.38. Shelly and Taylor Excelsior 13.78. Regina Bailey out of Homewood 13.79. Brianna Davidson St. Jago 13.88 seconds, and Amoy Kentish out of Excelsior 13.85, and Alia Mullins Heidel 13.88. Dana Costock out of Green Island just misses out at 13.97. Alright, so unfortunately for Costock, after an impressive showing, just not enough to get her into the finals. And the stage is set for the finals. We have 2 from Homewood. We have Heidel represented twice. We have Edwin Allen there as well as St. Jago and Excelsior. Right, so jumping over to the boys, we have heat 1 of 2. And remember, this is class 3, so age group 10 to 13. Starters are Jaquan Jackson, representing St. Jago High School. We have Amir Graham. Woolmer's boys, Deshaun Johnson, St. Elizabeth Technical. Stats always coming up with some good athletes to compete at the championships. We have Javier Brissett out of St. George's High School. Jordan McBean lines up for Calabar. Kamar Howell, Kingston College. Gianni Perry, Jamaica College. And Kejon Seaburn, St. Mary High. So top 3 from each heat plus the next 2 best times will progress through to the next round. And the next round is the final. So top 3 from each heat. So if you finish 3rd, you automatically qualify. And then we have the next 2 best times. Alright, so how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? It's the end of the week. How has your week been? How was your week? How's everything going? Nice to see each and every one of you. If you're just tuning in, remember, smash the like button. We have quite a few of you on here. Remember, smash the like button. The more likes the videos have, the wider the reach. It's an easy way to support the channel as we continue our coverage of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championship 2025. So the starters are ready. Waiting for directions now from the officials. So the camera is on Jaquan Jackson, who lines up for St. Jago High School, but pay attention to Calabar. So the athletes are off. Calabar in the form of McBean running in the middle lane there. Stead seem to have had a lead. Calabar pushing through. McBean pushing through, dipping from about 10 meters away from the finish line, and he wins it with 13.05 seconds. Calabar has the first one into the final. So Calabar first with 13.05 seconds. In second, we have Deshaun Johnson out of St. Elizabeth Technical. In 3rd place, we have is that Kejon? 3rd place, Kejon. Third place, Kejon. So let's pull it up on your screen so you can see. So from that heat, those are your finishers. So Jordan McBean from Calabar High finishing first. Deshaun Johnson finishing second, representing Stets. Third place, Kejon Seaburn, St. Mary High. So first, second, and third, Calabar, St. Elizabeth, and St. Mary. We also have, so far, Gianni Perry and Javier Brissett going into the final. But let's see what the second heat has for us, and then we will know who will be progressing through to the final. So the starters for this one are as follows. We have Zahir Nara Singh representing Campion, Nikolai Blair, Herbert Morrison, Ronaldinho Barnett, Calabar, Juan T. Halliman out of St. Jago, Dante Barrett, Jamaica College, Tayshawn Reynolds, St. George's, and Jaden Dawkins, Kingston College. We also have Shamario Robinson representing Petersfield as well. Remember, there are only 2 semifinals for the boys class 3. So the first 3 will progress through to the next round, and then we will have the next 2 fastest time progressing. So far in the first semifinal, the 2 times finishing 4th and 5th, they're in the finals, but depending on what the clock stops at in this particular semi-final, then we will know who will be progressing through to the final. All right, I hope that makes sense. So the athletes are currently standing in their blocks. They're waiting for directions. Youngster from Calabar there as well, Ronaldinho Barnett, lining up next to Halliman of St. Jago. That should be an interesting matchup in the middle, with Dante Barrett of Jamaica College also next to them. So those 3 in the middle, Dante Barrett, Halliman, and Barnett from Calabar, St. Jago, and Jamaica College. They should definitely make this race an interesting one. See what we have here. Okay. Well, shout out to everyone in the chat. It's nice to have you here this evening. Big up on yourself. We appreciate the company, all right? So the athletes are just about ready to go. On their marks, all the cameras are on Halliman, set, and they're off. So it's Barnett in the lead so far. Halliman chasing, but wow, Barnett is going super quick. Someone fell. Barnett doesn't care. He's so far ahead, dips through again, similar to his colleague, blazes through. What an impressive race from the youngster. So Ronaldinho Barnett finishes first with 12.90 seconds. Remember, this is class 3, folks. 12.90 for age group 10 to 13. What an impressive race. Dante Barrett out of Jamaica College stumbled at about the 5th hurdle. There was no coming back from that. So first place we have Calabar in the form of Ronaldinho Barnett. Second place Halliman of St. Jago. And third place looks to have been Tayshawn Reynolds. Yeah, so Tayshawn Reynolds from St. George's finishes third with 13.28. I think that means Jaden Dawkins makes it into the final. Alright, so now we'll go through the finalists because we just got the second heat. So here are the finalists for you on your screen. Respect Michael Evans, we appreciate it, alright? So here are your starters on your screen. We have Ronaldinho Barnett, and these are all the finalists for the 100-meter hurdles for boys, and this is class 3, remember. So Ronaldinho Barnett from Calabar and Jordan McBean from Calabar finishing with the 2 fastest times going into the final. We have Deshaun Johnson, St. Elizabeth Technical, Joante Halliman, St. Jago High School, 13.24, Tayshawn Reynolds, 13.28, Kejon Seaburn, 13.38, Jaden Dawkins from Kingston College, Gianni Perry from Jamaica College, and that's just about it. While the meet officials are adjusting the hurdles, we'll give you a quick update of what the scores are like at the championship so far. I know we're approaching the end of day 4. We will be back for the 400-meter hurdles a little bit later this evening, so stay tuned for that. But as things stand right now, these are the scores. So Kingston College in first with 115.5 points, Calabar in second with 94 points, and in third we have Jamaica College with 64 points. On the girls side we have Heidel with 103 points. In second place we have Homu Technical, 91 points, and Edwin Allen in third with 85 points. So here's an opportunity to look for your school, folks. Here's an opportunity to look for your school. The top 10: Kingston College, Calabar, JC, Jago, Excelsior, Wolmer's Boys, Monroe College, Edwin Allen, St. Elizabeth Technical, Homu Technical, and Belfield High School. So we have 2 tied for 8, 2 tied for 10. Let me look if I can find my school here. Nope. Nope. I can't find my school on there. Yeah. Drop the fire emoji in the comment section if you can find your school. I can't find mine. But yes, a couple medal ceremonies happening in the background while we await the next set of races. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, they're adjusting the hurdles because we're going a class up now, so they have to adjust their hurdles for the next class of athletes. All right. Alright, so now we're over to class 2 for boys. We already saw class 2 and class 1 for the girls. We saw everything for the girls. Now we just witnessed class 3 for the boys. We're up to class 2 now, and that's why the meet officials were actually adjusting the the hurdles a little bit earlier. Now your starters are as follows. We have Peter Walker representing St. Andrew Technical High School, Taekwon Cummins, Edwin Allen, Devondre Matthews, Calabar High, Mark Daniel Allen, Woolmer's Boys, Jonathan Clark, Kingston College. I'm pretty sure you've heard that name before. Marquise Page, St. Jago High School, Jeron Jones, Green Island High School, and Drayden Knight, Cornwall College. Again, if you pay attention to this note at the top here, the top 2 from each heat plus the next best 2 times will advance to the next round. Alright, so top 2 from each heat plus next 2 best times. There'll be 3 heats in this one, so pay keen attention to the details. Alright, folks? Big up yourself, Campo 23, 1 Heidel. Big up yourself, Campo. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so again, Peter Walker, Taekwon Cummins, Devondre Matthews, Mark Daniel Allen, Jonathan Clark, Marquise Page, Jeron Jones, and Drayden Knight. Those are your starters for the class 2 for boys. And remember, this is age group 14 to 15. On the girls' side, which we witnessed a little bit earlier, so let's do a little bit of backtracking for those who are just now joining us, so they're fully up to speed. So we had the girls do their preliminaries a little bit earlier. Here were the results. So these are your finalists: Sante Wilson, Jody and Delia, and this will take place tomorrow, folks. Kiara Meikle out of Homu Technical, Shelly Ann Taylor, Regina Bailey, Brianna Davidson, Amoy Kentish, Alia Mullins. Those are the 8 that will line up in the finals of the girls 100-meter hurdles. So for the false start so far, folks, I think, especially with the Sabrina Dockery situation, I think it was unfair for the athletes, primarily because the athletes were out in the rain warming up for however long. They went to the blocks, then they were delayed, I think 2 or 3 times, and then they were asked to go out there and run. And even seeing it, I've seen it maybe 3 or 4 times. Sabrina Dockery's in particular, I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and for the life of me, I can't understand how they determined that they were giving 2 athletes from the same race red card. I've never seen it. Usually there's one person who flinches and then the red cards are issued out, but they determined that they're giving 2 athletes from the same race a red card. So I don't know how that works out, Sabrina Dockery. I didn't follow up to see what her coach decided on, but her coach was standing trackside with her, trying to console her. We could see that she was obviously furious. But again, I don't like it. we missed out on some real excitement, right? The sting in the competition. We know that Sabrina Dockery was one of those who would be contending for the 200-meter title. The same thing with Abigail Wolf. I just do not like it. But again, that's my take. And if you witness what happened, and if you're in the chat, please share your thoughts on those false starts that happened a little bit earlier today. I'm curious to hear. All right. Janelle Cummins from Black River. Big up the Black River massive. Big up the Uganda massive. Big up everyone who's tuning into Halftime TV this evening. We know we have a huge following in Africa. So big up the entire African massive. I know you're constantly here, constantly supporting Halftime TV. So we love and we appreciate you for that. We appreciate the support as we continue our quest to 25,000 subscribers. Please remember, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. Smash the like button as soon as you hop onto the live stream, because that's an easy way of supporting the channel. And the more likes the videos have, the wider the reach. All right? Alright, so again, no changes to the score. You can see it here. Kingston College first, Heidel first. But I think I want to go back to the 200 meters that happened a little bit earlier today. Alright, so 200 meters class 4. This is what the finals will look like tomorrow. And this is for girls, right? Class 3. Finals for tomorrow. And we're still on the girls. Class 3 for boys. See, Calabar, Kingston College has a couple athletes in there. Calabar has 1. So far at these championship, we can see it clear that it will be Calabar and Kingston College all the way down to the wire. Dion Green, big up Dion Green and the entire Florida massive watching from New York campus. Big up yourself, campus. Makes you wonder if the athletes before start system was wrong. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I know even at this championship, there were a lot of the commentators saying Usain Bolt has false started and it's the rules and all of that. But I think in the grand scheme of things, you have to factor in the conditions leading up to the athletes false starting. Because if the entire stands was vacated because of the heavy downpour of showers that was happening at the National Stadium, and the athletes had to stay down on the track. Remember, these are teenagers. They had to stay down on the track. They had to try to keep themselves warm. You brought them to the blocks. They were there. You sent them back again to continue warming up. And then afterwards, when they came out to actually start running, there was a flinch and being evicted or ejected from the race. I don't think that makes sense. But again, I don't make the rules. I can only share my opinion. All right? So, continuing, girls class 2, semi-final. This is the big gun right here. I want you to pay attention. Shania Douglas. And we did a video on her a little bit earlier today. So if you haven't gotten the chance to see that video, go ahead and check it out right now. Shania Douglas here. Cream of the crop here. It will be between Shania Douglas, Natrice East. I expect to push her all the way to the finish line. But Shania Douglas, Natrice East, those two, I think, will be pushing each other. Sashana Johnson out of Heidel has looked impressive this season, I must say. But Shania Douglas from Moshet High School, you can pin this part, or you can tag this part of the video. That way, when we're doing the commentary tomorrow, you can use it as reference. All right, continuing, the boys class 4. These are your starters. As a matter of fact, the hurdlers are down there, so we'll jump back to the hurdlers and then we'll come back and speak a little bit more on this one. All right. So Peter Walker, Taquan Cummins, Devondre Matthews, Mark Daniel Allen, Jonathan Clark, Marquise Page, Jaron Jones, and Drayden Knight from Cornwall College. Those are the starters, and this is the boys class 2 110 meter hurdles, the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championship 2025, and you're here with Halftime TV. The athletes are on their marks. Pay attention to Kingston College running out of lane number 5. Lane number 5. So Jonathan Clark from Kingston College. Straight out the bat, we have someone who didn't make it over the first hurdle. So Kingston College and Excelsior, or St. Jago. Kingston College winning, St. Jago second. So Jonathan Clark in first. Second place, Marquise Page from St. Jago. And third place, Calabar, Devondre Matthews. This is class 2 for the boys. Heat number 1 of 3. So the finishing times are on your screen. You should be able to see it. If you can't see it, let me know in the comment section. If you can, go ahead and drop the fire emoji or drop a flag in the comment section, all right? So again, shout out to everyone in the comment section. We have Dion Green Campus, Janelle Cummins. Big up everyone in the comment section who's supporting Halftime TV this evening. Remember, smash the like button. Easy way to support the channel. Go ahead and like the stream. I think tomorrow when we jump on the stream, it will be a different ball game, because most folks are only interested in the final day of champs. But nothing's wrong with that. Now we're over to heat number 2. The starters on your screen again. Queensborough from Old Harbor High School, Nathan Bryan, St. George's High, Jabari White, Veer Technical, Tafari Levy, Jamaica College, Timothy Poirier, Kingston College, Kemarley Fletcher, Calabar High School. Is that O'Shea or Othea Johnson from William Knibb High School, and Temani Stewart from Oberlin. Alright, again, Queensborough from Old Harbor High School, Brian from St. George's, White, Veer Technical, Tafari Levy, Jamaica College, Timothy Poirier, representing Kingston College, Kemarley Fletcher, Calabar High School, Johnson from William Knibb, and Temani Stewart, Oberlin High School. Athletes getting ready to go. Almost time as they continue their routine warm-ups. They're on their marks. As Fletcher from Calabar looks up to the heavens. Johnson from William Nib looking as well. And they're off. Fletcher from Calabar, not so impressive start. Kingston College collapses. Calabar blazes through, clearing the hurdles so competently, not looking over his shoulders. And we have Fletcher from Calabar winning this one, making it look easy. Johnson from William Nib High School seems to have been second. We await confirmation. So Kemar Fletcher from Calabar High, 13.62. He wins it and looks super impressive doing so. In second place, Johnson from William Nib, 13.96, and Jabari White out of Veer Technical finishes third with 14.37. So, youngster from Kingston College clears, stumbles over the second hurdle, throws off Jamaica College, who then doesn't get the opportunity to clear his hurdle. We'll see what happens there, but I'm pretty sure a case can be made. A case can be made for the Jamaica College athlete there, because Kingston College stumbled. As a result of the stumble, and that's Timothy Poirier, stumbled, ended up in the wake of Tafari Levy, who wasn't able to clear his hurdle, and as a result didn't get to finish. So two athletes didn't finish, Poirier and Levy, out of Kingston College and Jamaica College respectfully. But we'll see what happens, because I think Levy should be given a second swing at this, because he didn't get the chance to finish, and that wasn't his fault, by no fault of his as a matter of fact, because Poirier stumbled in his lane. So, continuing. On the track now, we have Ramor Bryan out of Morant Bay High School running out of lane number 1. Sanjay James, Camperdown High School in lane number 2. Raniel Burke, St. Jago High School is running out of lane number 3. Christian Wallace, Jamaica College. Jazzy Walters, St. George's High School, he runs out of lane number 5. Sean Palmer is from Veer Technical. Stefano Stewart all the way down there in Mannings High School in Westmoreland, and Jordan Smith represents St. Mary from lane number 8. Big up yourself, Saskia. Big up yourself, Saskia. Thanks for joining. It's been a while. It's been a while. We appreciate your company. So the athletes are on their marks once more. This is class 2 preliminaries, 2 of heat number 3 of 3. So after this race, we'll know who all the finalists will be. Seems to be a false start there. Sanjay James from Camperdown. Interesting technique from that youngster. Looks to be going home though, because he exploded from the blocks just now. Wild technique, I must admit. Yeah, it is a clear false start for him. I think he'll be given a red card. Yep, red card it is. So, Sanjay James out of Camperdown High School receives a red card and he's ejected from this race. This is class 2, preliminaries for boys. I don't know what happened there. He exploded out of the blocks. By the time the gun went off, I think he was probably 3 steps into the race. Alright, so let's do it all over again. They're on their marks. Set. And they're off. Christian Wallace from Jamaica College out quick. St. George's pulls up and stops. Christian Wallace chasing Ranil Burke out of St. Jago. Christian Wallace pushes through. Green and yellow on both sides in the form of St. Jago and Veer Technical. But Christian Wallace wins it. So Christian Wallace from Jamaica College is first with 13.67 seconds. Ranil Burke, St. Jago in second, 13.77. And in third place, we have Sean Palmer from Veer Technical with 13.81. So far, the qualifiers are as follows. Jonathan Clark, Marquise Page, Kemarley Fletcher, Christian Wallace, Ranil Burke, Johnson from William Nib, Devondre Matthews from Calabar High School, and Sean Palmer from Veer Technical. We still await the Jamaica College athlete to see if he will be given the opportunity to try and get the time on his own. So remember folks, after this live stream, we'll be taking a break. Then we will return at 8:30 for the 400 meter hurdles. So we have the 400 meter hurdles finals this evening. So when we finish the 110 meter hurdles, we'll take a break and then we will be back at 8:30. We will be back at 8:30 to build up for that one. Or better yet, let's push it until 9. So yeah, we will be back at 9 Eastern Daylight Time for the last session of the day, which is the 400 meter hurdles final. False start everywhere we turn, left, right, center, false start all around. So, as you can see on your screen now, we have Quino Moody, Herbert Morrison, Davian Myers, Buff Bay High School, Kaheem Williams, St. George's, Dijon Swain, Calabar, Daniel Clark, Kingston College, Romario Gibson, St. Jago High School, Shamar Williams, Edwin Allen, and Noel Wright from Morant Bay High School. This is heat 1 of 3 for the boys class 1 110 meter hurdles. The first 2 will advance to the final plus the next 2 best times. So first 2 guaranteed spot, next 2 best times will progress as well. We have the girls triple jump as well. Don't know. Probably would. I won't cover the triple jump. Let's leave it at this for this. All right. Big up everybody. Thanks again for joining. Remember, smash the like button if you're just hopping on. Slight adjustment to the scores as you can see on your screen there. Kingston College now up to 119.5 points. Second place Calabar with 101 and Jamaica College on 80 points. That's 1, 2, 3 on the boys side. For the girls, Heidel holding off Edwin Allen so far with 107 points. Edwin Allen 95 points and Homewood Technical 91 points. As the announcers go through the starters in this one, starting from lane 8, we have Wright representing Morant Bay, Williams Edwin Allen in lane number 7, Jibison St. Jago High School in lane number 6, Daniel Clark, Kingston College, lane number 5, Dejon Swain is in lane number 4, he represents Calabar High. In lane number 3, Kaheem Williams, lane number 2, Davion Myers, and in lane number 1, we have Moody representing Herbert Morrison down there in St. James. So the athletes are on their marks. Daniel Clark from Kingston College is the favorite. And they're off. Daniel Clark, okay, seems to be a recall. So Clark had stumbled into the first hurdle, but let's see what happened here before we even got to that. Don't know, this one is very difficult to call. Looks like Calabar though. Looks like Calabar. Let's see what the meet officials say, because they're the ones with the cameras fully zoomed in. So red card for Noel Wright from Morant Bay High School. I'm being honest, it looked as if it was Calabar, but Morant Bay High School takes the L for that one, and now we're down to 7 starters, down from 8. Swain and Clark still left in this one, so they should still make it interesting, running out the lane number 4 and 5. So if you don't know them, pay attention. Seems like another one, or were they told to get up by the starters? I don't know. We can see the athletes who will be participating in the next 2 heats vigorously warming up in the background. But Myers from Buff Bay looks guilty. Edwin Allen's Williams, yeah, Williams, it's a given. I think Edwin Allen's Williams should be gone. So said, so done. So Shamar Williams from Edwin Allen, he's gone like yesterday. And now we're down to 6. So 2 more fall starts here in Class 1, boys preliminaries. Noel Wright and Shamar Williams both miss out, but as I said, the favorites are still there. Daniel Clark, Jibison from St. Jago. So, set. And they're off clean. Third time of asking. Clark stumbles over the first one. Swain from Calabar, he stumbles. Think he's gonna miss out. Jibison from St. Jago capitalizes. And Daniel Clark walks across the finish line. Swain finishes last. He was in a good position. But Jibison out of St. Jago finishes second. So sad there for Dejon Swain as he stumbled over, I think it was his fifth hurdle. Tried his best to catch up, but it was too much work. And I always say it on my platform that it's not about the fastest person when it comes down to the hurdles. It's about who executes. And Daniel Clark did just that, as we saw. So Daniel Clark executing 13.08 seconds. In second place, Romario Jibison out of St. Jago High School with 13.69 seconds. Kaheem Williams in third place with 14.25 seconds. I don't expect these times to make it into the final, if I'm to be frank with you. I don't expect these times to make it into the final, but let's see what heat number 2 has in store for us. The starters again on your screen: Kimani Gordon, William Nib High School; Khalil Lewin, St. Elizabeth Technical; Nathaniel Abrahams, St. George's; Shakir Lewis, JC; Shaquan Garden, Calabar; Rayvon Walkins, Kingston College; Jason Miller, Port Antonio; and Marcus Garden, Mona High School. So familiarize yourself with the starters for the next couple of minutes. We have one more heat after this one, and then we're gonna take a break. Then we'll resume for the late show, which is a 400-meter hurdles final. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss out. We'll take just about an hour break, and then for the 400 meters finals, we will be streaming for another hour. So stay tuned for that, folks. Turn the notification on. The thumbnail should already be available on YouTube. I think that one was already scheduled. So turn those notifications on. That means as soon as Halftime TV touches the live button, you get a notification. Again, big shout out to everyone in the comment section. Thanks for joining us. And remember, keep it respectful in the comment section. You can disagree without being disrespectful. This is a family channel, and if you disrespect anyone in the comment section, be notified or be warned that you will be blocked. Alright, so keep it respectful. We can have constructive sports conversation without being disrespectful, okay? Yeah man, big up on yourself. Alright, so the athletes are warming up as we are about to get underway for heat number 2 of 3 for the 110 meter hurdles. This is boys class 1. Gordon, Lewin, Abrahams, Lewis, Gordon, Walkin, Miller, Gordon. So we have 3 Gordons lining up in this one from William Nib, from Calabar, and from Mona High School. They're on their marks. Set. And they're off. Ooh. We didn't make it to the second hurdle. The first one was cleared. Then the starters decided that they weren't satisfied. So there will be a do-over. Remember, if you're just joining us, the race that happened before this one, we had 2 false starts. So the athletes actually got underway the third time of asking. Let's see. This one looks like it's either Kingston College or Calabar, if I'm to be honest. Either Kingston College or Calabar. Michael Evans, we have all of 3 gardens and there are 8 athletes lined up. If your last name is Garden, big up yourself. Alright, so let's see what the decision from the meet officials is. Walkin trying to stay warm. Miller from Port Antonio trying to stay warm as well as the meet officials deliberate. Looks like it's gonna be St. Elizabeth Technical in the form of Lewin. And Lewin is in lane 2. But we'll see. And Lewin is gone. So 3 false starts in 2 races. Three false starts in 2 races so far in Class 1. So 3 false starts in 2 races so far in Class 1. So Khalil Lewin from St. Elizabeth Technical false starts, and as a result he's ejected from this race. Now we're down to 7. Garden from Calabar, one of the favorites. Walkins from Kingston College, another favorite. Both of them are lined up next to each other in lane 5 and lane 6. Let's see what the race has for us. Set. And they're off. Garden from Calabar off to a blistering start, being chased by Walkins. It's Garden and Walkins pushing through. Jamaica College in Shakir Lewis chasing as well. He doesn't have enough. Garden from Calabar, that's Shaquan Garden, sorry, pushes through, makes it look easy. He's ready for the finals. Shaquan Garden finishes first with 13.11 seconds. In second place, we have Rayvon Walkin, 13.54. And in third place, Shakir Lewis with 13.63 seconds. This was a very impressive race from Garden. Focused on his race. Clean strides. Super quick between the hurdles. Impressive technique. This youngster may very well win it. Looks to be in such good form. Pay attention to the name. So now we're over to the third. Now we're over to the third heat. Amir Perry from William Nib lines up in lane number 1. In lane number 2, we have Orlando Pine. Edwin Allen Trevoy Smith from Herbert Morrison Technical is in lane number 3. Daniel Beckford, Jamaica College, is in lane number 4. In lane number 5, Daniel Wright from Excelsior. Brandon Harris runs out of lane number 6. Kamari Griffiths Clarendon College, and Kyle Clark, Woolmer's Boys High School. So if you're just joining us, here are the results from heat number 2. Let's just pull those up on the screen while the athletes on the track get ready for the final heat. So Shaquan Garden finishing first. For Calabar, Rayvon Walkin, Kingston College in second. And in third place, we had Shakira Lewis from Jamaica College. Jason Miller from Port Antonio High School finished fourth, 14.01 seconds. So far, these are your qualifiers. Heat number 3 will determine who actually makes it through to the final. However, so these small cues that you see at the bottom here, they may very well miss out on the final depending on what heat number 3 looks like. Alright? So on the track now, you can see the names on your screen. I'm pretty sure you've seen some of these names before. If you've been paying attention to track and field any at all this season, you've seen some of the names. You know who the favorites are. But let's see if they execute. So Perry, Pine, Smith, Beckford, Wright, Harris, Griffiths, and Clark. Those are your starters. This is heat number 3 for the 110 meter hurdles, class 1 for boys. This is the final semi-final as well for the sprints today. Down their marks. Set. Ooh, definitely a false start there from Herbert Marson. I don't know if he fell out of the blocks, but a red card is going to be given for sure. So, disqualification for Trevor Smith from Herbert Marson. That brings the total false starts over the 3 semifinals for class 1 to 4. So 3 semifinals, 4 false starts, and the athletes are now lining up with lane 3 empty because Trevor Smith from Herbert Marson was ejected from the race. Set. Oop, another false start. This time it looks like it's Excelsior. So Daniel Wright from Excelsior, he's going to be shown red for sure. Might as well start packing. So Daniel Wright from Excelsior, he's going to be sent packing for sure. So now we have lane 3 empty and lane 5 empty as well. Daniel Wright and Trevor Smith both have been shown red cards. Down their marks. Cameron Beckford, athletes are out. Beckford running from lane number 4, but Harris from St. Jago running from lane number 6, I believe, powering through. It's going to be Harris and Beckford. Harris wins it, Beckford in second. So St. Jago High School wins this one with 13.56 seconds. Daniel Beckford is in second, representing Jamaica College with 13.78. And Kemari Griffiths from Clarendon College, 14.22, finishes third. Okay. So after the third and final semi-final, here are the finalists for the 110 meter hurdles on your screen. So we have Daniel Clark, Kingston College, finishing with the fastest time with 13.08 seconds. Shaquan Gordon, Calabar, 13.11. Raven Walkin, Kingston College. Brandon Harris, Romario Gibson, Daniel Beckford from Jamaica College. Shakir Lewis from Jamaica College as well. Let's see who else we have on it. Let's see who else we have on it. Okay, and the final one from Port Antonio High School, we have Jason Miller. So those are your starters right here. Clark, Gordon, Walkin, Harris, Gibson, Beckford, Lewis, and Miller. They will be contesting in the final of the 110-meter hurdles come tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Halftime TV will be going live for that as well. So I think that concludes this segment of our show. We will be back at just about 9 o'clock for the 400-meter hurdles, which is the finals. You can see these are your starters. Makes for good reading, makes for good competition as well. I'm sure you will be entertained. So 3 finals happening at 9:40 Eastern Daylight Time. We will be starting our stream at just about 9 o'clock, so just about an hour from now, to cover all 3 finals. So class 1 for boys, class 2 for boys, and then the open 400-meter hurdles for girls. Alright, you can see the different age groups here because it's an open race. Okay, so again, big up everybody who tuned in for this part of the show. I appreciate the company. Remember, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Halftime TV has you covered for the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships 2025. And also leave your comments below. Let us know what has been your standout champs moment so far this year. Gary Card, how is Shania Douglas looking? You liking the look? Let's talk about Sabrina Dockery and the false start. How about Abigail Wolf? Let's talk about it. Let's hear all those thoughts in the comment section below. Again, I'll see you in an hour. Smash the like button. Keep on liking up this live stream. We'll talk soon, all right?